Welcome back. Joining me now, candidate for Boca Raton Mayor, Mike Liebelson. What do you want voters to know first about you and your candidacy?
Well, the first thing, Todd, is I love Boca. And this is our home. We've got 4 kids. We've got 6 grandkids. And we want to make sure that Boca stays great for families and kids to come for the next 10 or 20 years.
Now, you have actually, we've seen you before at public hearings, speaking before. What drew you to this race to actually run for office? You are new to a campaign, correct?
Correct. I've never run for public office before. I've built successful businesses. I've run large businesses, but this is my first campaign. And the reason I'm doing it is I, like many others, have been shocked by the rapid overdevelopment, increase in traffic, decline in quality of life in Boca. And I started to get involved with that when Save Boca called me and said, hey, can you do a financial analysis on this downtown campus deal? Which I did, and again, I was very surprised at how those numbers came out. And I was also very surprised when I started attending council hearings that the council was not listening to the people. They were listening to the developers. And they were taking the developers' side and not the people's side. And I felt I needed to step up and enter the mayor's race based upon what I saw.
We're talking about this One Boca initiative, which we've been talking about during this program. It is would be a massive change for the city of Boca Raton. What bothers you the most about it? What made you want to oppose it to the point where you're running for mayor?
Well, I'm a financial guy. I've got an MBA in finance from Wharton, and it is just a very bad financial deal for the city of Boca. And there's a lot of propaganda out there with respect to very large billions of dollars of benefits that are going to come from the developer to the city. It's incorrect. It's actually a net loss for us. I calculate minus $300 million. We have to come up with the $200 million to do the public portion of this. So it's just a bad deal. And then we're going to be stuck with 7 huge 12-story towers downtown. You don't see that in the pretty pictures and the pamphlets that come out from One Boca. They never give you a 3D rendering of those 7 towers. And we don't have the infrastructure for it. We don't have the streets for it. It's going to tremendously increase traffic on top of the traffic problems we already have.
And you've actually made a point in some of your campaign work that there's already a problem with traffic and overdevelopment and population increases in Boca Raton. That's where you stand, correct?
That's correct. So what this city council has done is they've approved projects on an ad hoc basis. They haven't built the infrastructure first or approved the infrastructure improvements before they've approved these massive developments, and that's what's creating the problem.
Let's expand and talk about the fact that this includes a new city government campus. Do you believe that that should be something that should be on a future agenda for the city should the One Boca initiative not happen?
Even with One Boca, we're paying for that new city campus. And when we say new, we mean a revised, improved new city hall, perhaps, new community center, park-like features on the public portion. We're obligated to come up with $200 million for that under the deal with Terra Frisbee. And maybe obligated is a little strong word, but our requirement is to come up with that $200 million.
Terra Frisbee is a developer, in case people don't know. I know this project was shrunken somewhat from, originally it was a sprawling 30-acre project. It's a smaller footprint. That did not sway you at all, correct?
It's a smaller footprint, but it's not really that much less square footage or that much less units. I mean, people don't understand 7 huge towers on that 8 acres, what that's going to do to the downtown.
And you have specifically mentioned in some of your statements that you believe it's developers running the show for the city council at this point.
Well, they are, and it's not just the downtown city campus. We have project after project where this city council approves variance after variance to allow those projects to go ahead without the infrastructure being done. And my opponents, Fran Nacklis and Andy Thompson, they vote together 98% of the time for all these variances, for all this development. So if you like what Boca has become over the last 2 to 3 years, they're responsible for it. And if you want to continue that, you vote for one of them. And if you want change, you vote for me.
I have a little bit less than a minute left. You are self-funded, which I think is important for people to know. You let your campaign money, and that's about it. You're doing this because, obviously, you felt it was worth your money and time.
Well, we're more than self-funded. I have a lot of small contributors. You may not have seen that in the latest report, but they've really come out strongly to get behind my candidacy. The big thing is I take $0 from developers. My opponents have taken hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars from developers through these dark money PACs, political committees.
All right, Mike Liebelson, we wish you well on the rest of the campaign, and I'm sure we'll be seeing you again. Mike Liebelson, candidate for Boca Raton mayor. On the record, we'll be right back.